What is up guys, it is your friendly neighborhood dingo, and today I've got a couple of videos for you here that kind of shows you the first stage of Islamification of a country. When people talk about things like halal food, a lot of critics immediately go, hey, that's a bit of a small thing, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, not a lot of people eat halal. Well, if you had said that in Australia, maybe 20 years ago, you'd be completely wrong, because what started off as a small demand has now completely transformed the entire meat industry to essentially supply halal food by default into most supermarkets and whatever else it is. So when you buy meat from a supermarket today, when you make dinner, even if you didn't want to consume halal food, guess what? You are in fact consuming halal food. Would you call that Islamification of country? In a rather significant way, yes, because it is being forced onto people who don't even realize, to appease what is a very small minority in the country as well. And guess what? That is how it always starts. First it is halal food, and then before you know it, you're hearing the adhan or call to prayer 5 times a day, starting at around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. This is exactly where you need to put a stop to it before it gets too late. So to start off the video, let's see what this lady had to say, a hijabi, I think, perhaps not, had to say about Japan.
We should de-influence people from going to Japan. It's not that great. I feel like people gas Japan way too much.
What? I 100% disagree with that. What are you talking about?
Okay, first of all, I feel like Japan is definitely not Muslim friendly. Like, at all.
Yeah, because it's not a Muslim country at all. Like, Muslims are a small minority. They're trying very hard to change that. But if it's not a Muslim country, why would things out there be Islamic?
Like it just because it's not halal friendly.
Okay, I think food is like one of the biggest reasons why you go to a certain country, no? Like,
Exactly, 7-Eleven's banging.
no, stop lying. 7-Eleven gets tired after 2 days or lunch. You're telling me we're having sushi, yeah? Sushi, it's supposed to be seafood, yeah? And I'm asking the lady, oh, is there pork in it? I even asked for bants, yeah? Everyone's telling me, oh no, there's no pork, there's no... I asked for bants. She tells me, oh yeah, like the rice is boiled in pork water. What the fuck is pork water?
What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, if Japan is such a bad place, then don't go. And I also completely disagree with her. Japan is an incredible place. I would recommend everyone to go and visit at least once in their lifetimes, instead of going to Mecca on a Hajj. But like I said, I mean, why do these people need to change these countries to accommodate them? If you are going to a new country to experience their culture, their food, which I assume is the reason for these people going, wouldn't you want to enjoy it in the way that is completely organic and completely the way it is meant to be? And if it doesn't adhere to your religious beliefs, then don't go. Go to Turkey or Morocco. Nobody's forcing you to go to Japan. But the thing is, we see what these people are doing. They are not, they're publicly saying, okay, we're not going to go to Japan in order to pressure the tourism sector in places like Japan to change, to accommodate more of these people. And suddenly, once you start accommodating them, guess what? It becomes a better place for more Muslims to go to. And once that happens, yeah, the country slowly starts changing. But weirdly enough, this also tells me one thing very clearly. If you reject these demands, these countries become very unattractive to mass Islamic immigration. And I think she's telling you guys and governments all over the world exactly what to do if you want to halt the problem of mass Islamic immigration. And that is to just make things as unattractive. No halal food, no mosques, no prayer spaces, nothing like that. We are going to maintain our culture. We are going to support it. We're not going to change it for anybody else. We do not have to accommodate ideas and values and, yes, a religion that is completely opposed to everything that we believe in. A place like Japan has thousands of years of history behind it. Why do they need to suddenly change because of modern conveniences around traveling that allows massive numbers of Muslims to go there and then demand change? I mean, there are so many other Islamic countries. There's 50 plus Sharia-led Islamic countries in the world. Please go to one of them instead. Now, quick note before we move on, please remember to give the video a like and hit subscribe. This channel is almost entirely fan supported, so if you want to support the work and the mission behind it, consider joining Patreon. That's what keeps the channel alive and gives you early access. It's completely ad-free on long and uncensored videos, written articles, and member-only chats. Now let's go to the UK, where there is a very large Muslim population, and something like 1 in 5 people could be Muslim in the near future if things don't change. We see how people react to restaurants, and in this case, a pub, perhaps the biggest pub chain in the UK, when they do not serve halal, and see exactly how these people behave. It's rather disgusting in my opinion.
Everybody keeps telling me to try out this place called Witherspoons. We're gonna go inside and see what it's about. Do you guys have like a halal menu?
No, just,
No halal menus? So read first.
but we don't have any halal meat as far as I'm aware.
Do you do like a desi breakfast? Like you do English breakfast. Do you do a desi breakfast?
At the moment now we do all day lunch. Instead of hash brown, you get chips with it, but it's the same as...
Could I get like masala beans with it?
No, we don't do that.
Everybody kept telling me to try this place out.
Yeah.
And is it like a restaurant? Is it a takeaway? What is this place?
No, it's a pub.
It's a pub.
We just serve food.
It says on the menu you do tea here. Is that like English tea?
Yeah,
Is it like kettle tea?
yeah, it's just tea bag, bottle of water in it.
The English tea I found a bit bland. Do you do like karak chai? Right, okay. Can I just get like an orange juice then? The orange juice, yeah.
£2.41. Cheers, thank you.
This place is a bit different to what I was expecting, I can't lie, guys. To be honest, I don't know what it is, but I feel a bit out of place here. I don't know why, though. It needs a bit more seasoning, I think, the orange juice. It's a bit bland.
What can I say? He couldn't resist just insulting that place before ending that video there, could he? These people, they know what a pub is, by the way. I feel like this is a form of taqiyya. It's deception. As you know, in the Quran it says Allah is the best of deceivers. He knows full well that it is a pub, goes in, and he realizes there's no halal food. Why would there be a halal menu to begin with? And because he couldn't get his way, then he goes, oh, but what about breakfast? I think this guy's Pakistani. So he goes, what about a Desi breakfast or Desi breakfast? Why would they have that? Why don't you go to a Pakistani restaurant to have the Desi breakfast or whatever the fuck you're after? Why would a British pub, a franchise, like one of the biggest franchises in the country, and people are very clear about what it is, why would they have a Pakistani breakfast? Are you genuinely retarded? Because I think that, yeah, well, to be honest, a high percentage of them in the UK are inbred, so I think I have answered my own question there. And then he goes, oh, the English breakfast tea or whatever. By the way, I love a good English breakfast. Yeah, I don't like that. Give me a carrot chai. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'll have to look that up after this video. Why would they have that? Again, not a Pakistani restaurant. We see what people like this are doing. They put out these videos, they go viral, and suddenly there's demands to change pubs like this to accommodate people who wouldn't even visit a pub to begin with. That is exactly what they're doing. And then he couldn't get his masala beans or whatever the fuck he was after, gets an orange juice and fucks off. Please, stay away from pubs. Well, perhaps they're one of the few remaining places that do not have jihadists in them, so please, stay away. Just remember, you're Pakistani. If you don't like how things are run in the United Kingdom, easy, go back. Just go back. And you'll have infinite masala beans and Desi breakfasts and sex slaves. Now, of course, that was Britain. Now let's go to Hungary. Same problem, same kind of video.
Budapest isn't Muslim friendly. Here's what I wish I knew before going. Number 1, modest swimwear is frowned upon in the spas. When I went, the spas literally had signs saying no bikinis. Recently, it seems to depend on the mood of the staff, but either way, if you wear modest swimwear, expect looks and questions. Number 2, halal food is hard to come by. You have to actively search for it, and the traditional food is all meat-based and not halal. Even vegetarian options are limited outside the tourist areas. Number 3, prayer spaces aren't very accessible. The mosques aren't central, so you need to plan around it. Number 4, cultural awareness around Muslims isn't as strong as other countries, so you might feel a bit out of place, especially at night. It's still worth visiting, but you need to plan a bit more. Follow for more Muslim-friendly travel advice.
Actually, please don't visit. I don't think Hungary needs more of you people going in and trying to change what it is. Let them preserve their culture and their traditions and their religion. I think those people deserve to be left alone. They do not need to suddenly change their restaurants and their food to be halal friendly. They do not suddenly need to build prayer spaces in every public area. They do not need to suddenly build hundreds of mosques to accommodate you. If you want to experience Hungary for what it is, then none of that would exist in that country. How is it so hard for people like this to accept that not every country in the world is Islamic? Not every country in the world has had to fight off Islamic invaders or Islamic colonization, so therefore they might not have all of that. If you want halal food and prayer spaces and to wear your niqabs, you know, look like a bin bag floating in the pool, yeah, go to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they'll accommodate you. In fact, you'll be surrounded by other bin bags, like in the pool, as if a garbage dump had exploded near the ocean. You can experience that. There's no problem here. The problem is when you go to these countries and you are really taking advantage of people's hospitality, aren't you? When you do stuff like this, they're welcoming you in to experience their culture, their traditions, their language, all these monuments in their countries, and they're expecting you to enjoy them for what they are. And yet you do not respect this at all. You're like, wait a minute, I'm here in Budapest and it doesn't look like Iraq. What kind of a person are you to have that mentality? When I go to Japan, I'm expecting to see Japan for what it is. If I go to France, the UK, America, whatever it is, if I go to these countries, I'm expecting to see these countries for what they are. I'm not going to go out there and be like, oh, where are all the Australian flags in these countries? Like, these places are so unaware of Australia. I'm never going to be like that. And we haven't finished with the UK. Let's see what this guy thinks of a pub being next to a mosque.
This is actually mad. There's a whole pub next to the masjid, right? And look at these man. All of these man. They're violating, bro. How is this even possible, bro? How? Subhanallah, Adim. It's not fair, bro. At least respect the masjid, bro. Respect some, have some respect.
I want you to read between the lines here. When he says respect the lines of whatever the fuck he's trying to say, he's saying that area entirely is now Islamic. It is not a shared space. Now, if you lean left, you might be thinking, you know what, multiculturalism, these people are here to coexist with us. No, it's never been like that, ever. Islam does not operate to coexist. It operates to take over. In fact, Islam itself means submission. And they want you to submit to the fact that they have a mosque or a masjid there, and therefore nothing else. Especially pubs, which have a lot of history in the United Kingdom. They don't want that there. Despite the fact that it is full, it's probably a small business, it's generating jobs, revenue for people, and allowing people to go there and have community there and enjoy some time with friends and family. No, you can't do that anymore. Because guess what? There's a mosque nearby or next to it. And despite the fact that the mosque doesn't look like it has anybody in there right now, and it looks like it's a late night where all the prayers are done for, it's still a problem for him. He doesn't want that space to exist for non-Muslims. You see what's going on, right? This is how they slowly take over. And suddenly, if there's enough of them, and they drive away everybody else, all the non-Muslims who might attend a mosque, that pub's gone. That pub probably gets integrated into a mosque and becomes part of it. And the entire neighborhood slowly changes. All these areas like Birmingham, even in Australia, like places like Lakemba, which is just like, say, a Bradford here in Australia, it used to have a synagogue there. Believe it or not, the most Muslim area, which produces the most number of IS fighters from Australia, even the Bondi attack, because they were all from nearby that area, that used to have a synagogue there. And everybody else has left because of mass immigration from these people. And when that happens, have a look. Do these areas get any better? Not really.
Przecież to jest kurwa nie do pomyślenia, ludzie. XXI wiek, czy to kurwa Pakistan jest? Co to kurwa jest, ty? No Jalalabad jak chuj, no kurwa. Jeszcze pisze, że flight tipping is crime. Maximum 550,000. No how come, kurwa? No one give a fuck, man. Tam ile ma tiketów na aucie, skurwysyn, pa, o. No Jalalabad, kurwa, no.
Yeah. And as you know, Islamic countries, they aren't very high trust. They're low trust countries. Most of them, especially Pakistan. And when you get enough people, they don't care for secular laws. They don't care for British laws. Sharia supersedes all of that. They can do whatever you want. They can do whatever they want in the lands of the infidel. Your infidel laws do not override their God-given power over you. So yes, they can litter. They can ruin the entire area. It doesn't matter. Even the Polish immigrants to the UK, they are shocked, as you can see. They can't believe their eyes. And all these Poles They're actually going back because Poland did not allow mass Islamic immigration, and it's turning out to be a better place to live in than the UK. Their income's going up, their GDP's going up. In fact, I believe income per person has already surpassed like France, and it's on its way to surpass the UK as well. So you can see how bad things are getting when you do this. Is this enriching you? Genuinely, for my followers who watch from the UK, is this enriching you? Is this enriching your life? Of course not. Look guys, that's all I had for today. If you liked the video, please give it a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and please leave a comment down in the comment section below. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
In the neon haze of a broken dawn, steel towers hum, but the wild runs on. A shadow moves through the circus below, half machine, half beast, with a violet glow. They thought the outback was lost to the flame, but a ding